My friends, this week marks the 7-year anniversary of my channel on YouTube, and I want to thank all of my subscribers and channel members who made it possible for this supervillain at the center of the earth to get his message out and fight to save pop culture. We'll be celebrating this milestone event on Pop Culture Breakdown this Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock and Friday Night Frolics on Friday. But in the meantime, please help us by hitting the subscribe button and notification bell or even becoming a channel member. You gain access to exclusive and uncensored channel member videos every week, custom emojis, and exclusive live streams as well. Folks, we've been fighting the war to save pop culture for 7 years this week. Help us to keep the fight going. Thanks for everything, folks, and now, on to the video. Greetings, my friends. I am Dicta Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth, broadcasting from my hidden base at the center of the Earth, and let me tell you, today I am filled with optimism, because I've realized that all along in this war on woke, we've been discouraged because we've been looking in the wrong direction for signs of progress. All along, my friends, we've been doing much better than we knew in the war against woke. Consider, due to our focus on saving pop culture, we've been looking at Hollywood profits and losses as the metric for victory. What woke shows Disney is putting out, how Paramount is being forced to merge with Skydance, what movies and shows have lost money. All these metrics are important, no doubt. And yet, what we tend to forget, my friends, is that in looking to Hollywood for signs of victory or defeat, we're looking at the wokest battleground there is. Hollywood has always been ultra-liberal by nature, so naturally when we examine trends in Hollywood, it's always going to give us the grimmest possible perspective on how we're faring against the forces of DEI, ESG, MOUSE destruction. I know that the pop culture battlefield is crucial because Hollywood knows that entertainment is a key high ground that must be seized, because entertainment has a way of moving the needle on public opinion. If done skillfully, young minds can be shaped or even brainwashed with stories. Fictional heroes like Captain Kirk and Captain America help us to transmit our shared values through the years, generation to generation. These stories are a primary means of ensuring the continuity of our values, and that's why they're under attack. Audiences subjected to a steady stream of overt themes and subliminal programming can be seduced into adopting certain opinions and stances simply through repetition and immersion. So it's vital that we keep sounding the alarm on these themes whenever we see them, keep closing our wallets to the corruption of our entertainment and the adulteration of our beloved modern myths and franchises, because pop culture is the battlefield where the war of ideas is waged. But all that said, while we were engaged in this battle to save pop culture, many of us missed the fact that DEI and ESG are getting their collective asses kicked in the wider world, and woke is dying. Just last week, a major and massive victory against the tyranny and bullying of woke policies was struck when Toyota announced it was finished with DEI and ESG and all that comes with it. No more sponsoring drag queens at summer camps, no more pride parade sponsorships, no more prioritizing polarizing political stances, hiring quotas, or any of that divisive crap. From now on, Toyota's business is business. Making money, profit. This is huge, my friends, but even more importantly, Toyota is not alone. Toyota is merely the latest in a string of major corporations who are putting DEI and ESG policies firmly in their rear-view mirrors as they drive away from this dumpster fire.
This is good news, Doomcock, no doubt, but what does it mean in practical terms? I mean, how does this compare to Disney in terms of significance? Because Disney is still hanging in there with woke, despite all the setbacks, failures, and fiscal losses, dude.
Let's look at the metrics here, Harvey Cthulhu. Disney's market cap, the calculated value of the company, is roughly $169 billion. Toyota, on the other hand, has a market cap of $270.69 billion. That is much larger than Disney. In fact, Toyota is within striking distance of being double the size of Disney, and they just bid sayonara to woke. This is a massive blow to the ESG and DEI movements. Consider, Disney may impact those of us who love Star Wars and Marvel more than Toyota does, but Disney is far less significant in the global corporate hierarchy. In other words, Toyota is a much more influential company than Disney is in terms of leading other corporations. So when Toyota takes this step away from divisive political stances and towards neutrality and profitability, other corporations are more likely to follow Toyota's example. And corporate defections from the woke yoke are happening more and more frequently, my friends, as this Fox News article makes clear, titled, "Toyota Follows Growing Trend of Companies Halting DEI Policies and Initiatives." In this article, they explain, quote, Toyota Motor Corporation is planning to move away from DEI and pro-LGBTQ events after recently facing online controversy, according to a new report. Bloomberg reported the company sent out a memo to its U.S. employees Thursday saying it will narrow community activities to align with STEM education and workforce readiness and no longer participate in the Human Rights Campaign's Corporate Equality Index. For those of you who don't know, the Corporate Equality Index is a report published by the Human Rights Campaign Foundation as a tool to rate American businesses on their treatment of gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender employees, consumers, and investors.
In other words, it's a system designed to pressure companies into compliance with the agenda, using social media ranking and pressure to bully companies into towing the company line.
Precisely, O Skull of Calderon. And Toyota has said adieu to all of that. 1 week earlier, anti-woke activist and filmmaker Robbie Starbuck detailed several woke initiatives within the company, including funding groups that oppose laws to ban gender transition treatments on minors, forming employee resource groups, ERGs, divided by race and gender orientation, and sponsoring a drag queen program at a summer camp for kids, unquote. Well, now Robbie Starbuck has detailed what Toyota's decision means in a recent post on X. Quote, "Huge news. Last week we exposed Toyota and Lexus for going woke, and now just 1 week later, they're announcing big changes. Some highlights. No more involvement in pride parades, pride events, or LGBTQ children's summer camps. They will not participate in the HRC's Woke Corporate Equality Index social credit system. All BRG activities must be focused on the core business of Toyota and be open to all." Toyota employees and dealers were all notified of the changes via email today. It's worth noting that this is a company with a nearly $300 billion market cap and 381,000 employees. Those employees will no longer be subjected to this divisive stuff. This is a massive win for sanity. The landscape of corporate America is quickly shifting to sanity and neutrality. We are the trend now, not the anomaly. This is not an exception, my friends. It is quickly becoming a rule among major corporations outside of Hollywood. Along with John Deere, Harley-Davidson, Lowe's, Coors, and Stanley Black & Decker, the Ford Motor Company has also rejected woke. Quote, "In August, Ford Motor Company also confirmed that it would distance itself from woke policies in a letter from Ford CEO Jim Farley to employees. In the letter, Farley laid out a series of bullet points telling the Ford workforce that the company does not utilize quotas in hiring and saying that it prioritizes its resources for business purposes versus publicly commenting on the many polarizing issues of the day. So there you have it, my friends. While madness reigns in Hollywood and Disney continues to flounder with their business model of trying to sell their customers not what their customers want, but what Disney wants them to want, steadily the rest of the corporate world is turning away from this radical trend and getting back to the business of business. And this is good news for all of us. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry.